Hello and welcome to my Keto Kitchen. I'm Victoria. Today we're going to make a keto caramel pie. Okay, so I am using a very old cookbook. Actually, this is the best of the best from Mississippi Cookbook. My daughter, she opened it. She was looking through these recipes. She read this. She said, "Mommy, please make this caramel pie." So it looked convertible from regular to keto. So I am actually going to just take this recipe with you guys today, and I have not made this before. I don't know how it's going to turn out. We're going to make this together. I questioned some of the things, so we may have to alter it a little bit, but the recipe that I use once we're finished will be in the description box below. It'll take you over to my website and you can use the recipe from there. It will likely not be exactly like this because more than likely we're going to have to change a few things, but we will see as we go what happens. So this recipe says to use half of a cup of sugar. Now for me, that is going to be half of a cup of Truvia. So, and then it says to beat 1 egg plus 2 egg yolks with this sugar. So right here I have a whole egg plus 2 egg yolks. The other 2 egg whites I am saving for the meringue that we're going to make for the top of this caramel pie. It says to add milk and salt. Now it calls for 1 1/4 cup of milk. Now I will link right here. This is my keto milk and I have warmed this up. I don't like putting cold milk in anything. So this is just warm milk, 1 1/4 cup. And it says to add salt. It says a pinch of salt, so literally I'm going to pinch the salt. Okay, so it says to mix the sugar with the flour. I skipped the flour part. It calls for 1 tablespoon of flour. So I will link Victoria's Keto Flour right here. This is 1 tablespoon of Victoria's Keto Flour. Now we have the sugar, the flour, the eggs, the milk, and the salt. Let's mix it up. Now, for now, it says to set this mixture aside. And it says to brown half of a cup of sugar. Now, I've never tried to brown half of a cup of keto sweetener. So I don't even know if that's going to work. Interesting. All right, let's move over to the stovetop and see what happens next. Okay, so I have this on medium heat. I have half of a cup of Truvia. Now, let's see if this dissolves. I have my doubts. Has anyone tried to dissolve an erythritol-based sweetener? I'm going to give it a few more minutes, though. I saw something interesting. Let's just see. I'm going to give it just a little bit more time. See if anything melts at all. Oh my goodness, it's melting. What? It is melting without the water. Okay, I'm glad I waited. So, let's just keep watching, see what happens. Okay. Hopefully it will brown also. Can't have caramel cake if it's not brown. We gotta brown. And I know if I add allulose, we will brown. But I also don't know if we will brown too fast if I add the allulose, because allulose, it browns so fast. Look at that. Okay, brown half of a cup of sugar in a heavy pan. It's best to do this over medium heat, allowing sugar to melt slowly. When completely dissolved, continue to cook until the syrup is a golden color. Watch out, this will burn easily if overcooked. Continue whisking as you slowly pour the egg mixture into the brown sugar. Cook until thick. Okay, so I'm going to have to switch over to a larger skillet, so I'm going to get that warming. But right now, this just needs to start turning brown. When it turns brown, I will give you a close-up. Okay, so something I just read, it said that erythritol does not brown like sugar does. So I have 1 tablespoon of allulose. Allulose most definitely does brown. So I added 1 tablespoon of allulose, and I am going to continue to stir this until it starts to brown. Okay, still no browning, so I am going to add another tablespoon of allulose. Yep, we're getting darker. It's getting darker. We need it to brown, so I'm looking for a dark brown color. Definitely brown. Okay, so I am going to take the sugar and pour it into a larger skillet. Then I'm going to take our egg and milk mixture and pour that in next. Now, I have to cook this until it thickens up. Now, check this out. We are at a beautiful, beautiful caramel brown. We've got the right color. So I have to heat this up, cook it, stir it until it gets a little bit thicker. Then I'm going to take it off the heat and we'll continue on. Okay, so while that continues to cook, I have my 2 egg whites, and to the egg whites I'm going to add a little bit less than 1/4 of a cup of Truvia plus 1/4 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar. And I am going to whip this into a meringue. So after reading through the instructions, this pie, it says to bake at 350 until the meringue is lightly brown, but I need to pre-bake the pie crust. So this is going into my oven, 350 degrees for 8 minutes to pre-bake the pie crust. I just got a whiff over the caramel filling and oh my word, it smells 110% exactly like caramel. I'm sorry guys, I just realized I've been filming on the wrong setting on my camera. I'm really sorry. Okay, so I have taken this off the stovetop. It is thicker now. So I'm adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 tablespoon of butter. Mix this really well. This is where we're at. Beautiful. We have pre-baked for 8 minutes. Beautiful. Now, I am going to pour the caramel all into the pie crust. Okay, I'm going to spread it around. Beautiful. Now, I am going to put this in the oven, 350 degrees. I don't know how long it's going to take to brown the top. I'm going to be watching. I'll be right back. I'll tell you exactly how long it takes. Okay, and this is a beautiful caramel pie. Now, it has to set out and completely get to room temperature, so I cannot taste it right now, but I will show you guys close-ups and pictures. And if you make this, please go over to my Facebook and post pictures. Tell us what you think, how it worked for you. I ended up baking this for 15 minutes to get the color that I wanted on top of the meringue. So that is it. This is gorgeous. I would be so excited to take this to any party, especially if there was anyone there on keto or someone that had diabetes and feel like they kind of miss out every year. This would be amazing. If you make this, guys, please go over to Facebook, post a picture, tell us what you think. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I would love to have you here, and you all have a blessed day and a Merry Christmas.